Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are not doing the main quest today. I have decided, as there is a seasonal Valentine's Day event happening, we're going to do that. The last event that I did was the Christmas one, I think, with the Yeti and the squirrel. And I didn't record that, and I kind of felt a bit bad that maybe I should have recorded it, but hey. So I thought this time we will do it. I don't know exactly where it is, except that it's in New Gridania. It's called No Love Lost, apparently. I think it's in New Gridania anyway. Where are you? Is it perhaps in Old Gridania? Have I been misled? Hope you're all well. I unfortunately am not. I have a very bad cold. There it is. So I probably sound a bit nasally. And slightly subdued, which is why I'm drinking G Fuel to try and keep myself awake and alert. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Ah. Well, as is always the case when there's a seasonal event, people clustered around the person who gives the event. Lisette de Valentione. Hi there. 'Tis the season of ardour and affection, and romance is thick upon the air. I, Lisette of House Valentione, entreat you, dearest one, to breathe deep and take love's richness, its cloying rosy radiance, into your bosom. Oh dear. Alas, every rose has its thorns, and even this fairest of seasons is not without its trials. Indeed, trouble is afoot, and it threatens the hearts of all in this realm. A fellow of ours, a Moogle well versed in the myriad matters of the heart, has found himself in quite the quagmire. The sweet thing of which we speak goes by the name Kupka Kup, and is an emissary of penned passions and all such billet do. I don't know what that means. Valentione's day is a joyous occasion, but not always so for those who acquit themselves as post-Moogles of the realm. Kupka Kup has his poor paws full of delivering heartwarming missives far and wide, hither and thither. Though he would never admit it, I fear he's at his wit's end. But you, benevolent adventurer that you are, can provide precisely what our hirsute herald requires, oh so desperately. Pray lend Kupka Koop your talents and retrieve him from the edge whereupon his wits now teeter so precariously. Okay. A working adventurer is a happy adventurer. Must. If I must. Look, okay, I'm single and it's Valentine's Day. I'm allowed to be slightly dour and miserable. Marvellous. You are a hero through and through. Kupka Kup will be so relieved I shall fetch him at once. I thought you wanted us to go and get him. Ah, why yours is a face I know well. No introductions necessary, friends, for so renowned are you that I feel as if I've known you all my life. My post-Moogle compatriots speak of your daring do almost nightly, Kupo. How they will bristle into puffballs when I tell them we are acquainted. Okay. Now then, I hear from Astrid that you would help me in my hour of need, for which I am most grateful. However, it's not the work itself that vexes me, but rather a colleague of mine, a clueless courier, newly inducted into our vocation. Oh, he's got a love heart thing instead of a bauble. Every Valentione's Day, we emissaries are overtaxed, and this season has proven no exception. I hope to nip this issue in the bud by petitioning the Deputy Post Moogle for a helping paw or two. He obliged, but has sent someone altogether worthless, an undisciplined tyro. To make matters worse, the daft thing is painfully ignorant in the ways of the heart. You should hear the way she speaks to the clientele. What an ugly gift. Love must be blind in such nonsense. Left to her own devices, I fear she will ruin Valentione's Day, Cooper. Give the girl the axe, you cry. The impulse is very much with me, I assure you, but I can't rightly turn away the very assistance for which I begged. I would come across as the most wretched ingrate to ever have wings. Yeah, I haven't the time to train her, let alone the patience. Fret not, our harried herald. You are right to have sought our help, for I have come upon the cleverest of solutions to your predicament. We shall enlist the help of our doughty adventurer and House Valentione's very own Astrid to accompany our callous courier. Said callous courier. You cannot be surprised at my... Is she wearing oven mitts? You cannot be surprised at my suggestion. 'Tis a most natural fit. Yaiko, so skilled in so many subjects, will teach your assistant the delicate art of the post, while Astrid shall instruct the Moogle in the ways of ardour and adoration. There, a splendid plan if I do say so myself. Are you both sure you're up for the task? It isn't too great a bother. Nope, I'm game. What a seasonable relief indeed. Kupo. I shall bring her to you at once, for there is not a moment to lose. I want that suit. And those tights. Now then, what's all this? May I introduce to you my fledgling post-Moogle charge, Pukti Pico, and her loyal chocobo. Oh dear, this is rather awkward. I confess your friend's name has slipped my mind, Kupo. Salutations, one and all. As for my chocobo, his name can't have slipped your mind because he hasn't one. I refer to him simply as my partner dear, or when I'm feeling particularly silly, Bird. Many an acquaintance of mine has attempted to provide him with a name or two, but none of them ever stick. Nor should I say I always forget them. In any case, you may call him whatever you like. It makes no difference, least of all to him. Oh, I'm sure it does make a difference. Quack quack. Yes, well, be that as it may, I have tasked Pukti Pico with 3 deliveries, all of which I would ask you to join her on. These 2 are to accompany me? Very well. Who am I to turn away whoever you are? Our first stop is the Carpenters Guild. Bird and I shall await you there. I guess you're feeling silly, as you referred to your chocobo as Bird. Okay. Let's do this seasonal quest. Your outfit's rather fetching as well. You look like some sort of deranged Valentine's baker or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's be about our business. So we're going to the Carpenters Guild, are we? Alright then. You did say the Carpenters Guild, didn't you? Oh, it's literally right behind me. Oh yeah, it's in New Gridania, that's why. Ah. So yes, the season of love is upon us. Isn't it fantastic? Honestly, I'm not cynical or bitter whatsoever. Over yonder. Yes. I've not been back on Final Fantasy in a little bit. We've started playing Minecraft, and I've got back into it in a very big way. I'll talk more about that later, maybe. Hello. Oh, the recipient is out on an errand of some such. A pity, as... Is that... What was that noise? Was that you? Sorry, I just skipped the text. I say now, hold there a moment. I'm no post-Moogle, granted, but merely abandoning a package like this before a door seems a touch disrespectful. Does it not? What we have here is a gift. An item crafted with love and care. It deserves to be treated as such. Who is this from exactly? A young woman, if memory serves. Daughter to the man meant to receive this. Oh yes, And there was something about her training at the Culinarians Guild, I think. My memory is hazy. We ought to make the delivery in person. You make an interesting point. The man is out on an errand, yes, and since he's with the Carpenters Guild, it stands to reason he's out collecting lumber. And from the Botanist Guild, like as not. We shall start our search there, for a Valentione Day gift must be delivered straight into the recipient's hands. I agree. Let's go. You would think I'd know my way around by now. It's not the case. So I have 2 new flavours of G Fuel, which I'm a little bit unsure about, if I'm being perfectly honest. One of them is French vanilla, which honestly smells terrible when you make it. It doesn't taste bad. It's definitely not my favourite flavour so far. And thankfully it tastes a lot better than it smells. It did kind of strike me as maybe the thing you're supposed to mix up with milk rather than with water. And the other one's sherbet one, which is nice, refreshing, but still a bit meh. So I'm glad I've got them, but I'll be trying something else next time. Anyway, a delivery for you, sir. You weren't at the guild when we came calling, so we took the liberty of tracking you down. Alright, give it here then. Oh, what's all this? I can't pronounce it. Valentine... Why am I having so much trouble with that? Valentione de chocolate. Now that's a surprise. My daughter's an apprentice in the Culinarians Guild, you see. I heard she'd been selected to make the chocolates for the festivities this year, but I certainly didn't expect to receive any myself. Wait, your daughter's giving you Valentine's Day gifts? It's a bit weird. And how wonderful that you did. It's not every day one's daughter is accorded the honour of crafting such a beloved confectionery. She must be quite the culinarian. That she is. My pride and joy, that girl. What a pleasant surprise this package was. Certainly made my day. Can't thank you enough for bringing it all the way out to me like you have. I'll never forget this kindness. Well, he's going to go off and enjoy his weird incest chocolates. Goodness, seems like a bit of an overreaction to being handed some food, doesn't it? That's what savvy post moogles call customer satisfaction coupon. It's basically upstaged, this coupon. Not coupon, moogle. Good God, my brain's all over the place. Agreed. There is a lesson to be learned here, Pukti. Joy is not meant to be kept to oneself. It's a feeling that yearns to be shared, and we played a part in bringing him happiness. So it's little wonder that he wished to share his felicity with us. So joy is meant to be shared. Well, when you put it that way, I suppose that's not so foreign a concept. When something makes me smile or laugh, I do tend to talk my companion's ear off about it, and I'm often made the happier for it. I get a feeling that Chocobo wants to be very far away from you. Queh. But enough about that. Time is wasting. Best be off on our next delivery. The recipient awaits us at the Whistling Miller, by the looks of it. Okay. Off we go. Bringing cheer, happiness, love and joy to the residents of Gridania. In fact, come to think of it, the last thing was in Gridania as well. The Christmas one. Pardon me, but I have a delivery for you, ma'am. For me? Oh, it's from one of my dearest companions. And look what they've sent. Pink seashells. Are they not extraordinary? Look at their vibrancy. And a card. Happy Valentione's Day. I think that was right. How delightful. Shells. Empty ones. You can't even eat those. At least the other fella received chocolate. But Pukti, that is abominably rude. You must forgive our friend here. She's not accustomed to deliveries such as these. There's nothing to forgive, I assure you. I could hardly be upset after receiving a gift like this, from a loved one I've not seen in quite some time. My friend, you see, is an adventurer in their own right. They enjoy being cryptic, though, and never outright tell me where they've been. Rather, they make me guess by dropping hints in the form of curiosities such as these. What a blessing this parcel is. I was only just wondering how they were faring and where their journeys had brought them. Thank you, Miss Postmoogle. You have brightened my day. Love is a mystery indeed, and a funny one at that. It's my pleasure to tell you, Putty, that love is a many splendid thing, and we each have our own unique way of expressing it. The friendship between that girl and her adventurer companion is a perfect example. A gift which appeared mere frippery to you was a treasure in her eyes. It's important for adventurers to check in with their loved ones. Perhaps her friend is in Lonoskia. I suspect you may be right. Outside of a few specialty traders, seashells of that quality and colour cannot easily be found in the landlocked regions of the realm, after all. So you mean to say this was her friend's way of telling that young woman that all is well? Their way of assuaging any worries she might be harbouring about their safety. How fascinating. To be sure, were I to be separated from my bird here, by expansive seas or vast mountain ranges, I'd like to hear from him from time to time. Perhaps not every day. That would be irksome. But to know that he's in good health would not be altogether disagreeable, I suppose. I'm sure he's charmed by that. Anywho, no sense in losing ourselves in thought when a parcel sits burning a hole in my satchel, Kupo. Our next delivery takes us to Apkalu Falls. That's away. That's where my summoner training should be taking place. But as I said, because I'm not doing the main quest quick enough, it isn't. Let's see if we can trade in any more achievements while we're here. Oh, we've got 4. Ooh. That was the thing that had the Araman in it. That we need 6 for that. Damn. Okay. Well, we'll save up our achievements. Hang on. Any weapons? Nope. Accessories? Nope. Fine. Never mind. Back to the spreading of love. Greetings, sir. I have for you here a parcel from one of Uldar's pre-eminent art dealers, Kupo. At last, her earrings, they've arrived. Goodness gracious, how stunning they are. This craftsmanship, this meticulous attention to detail. I couldn't have hoped for a better present for my wife. She'll be over the moon to receive them. Her birthday's coming up, you see, and I wanted to ensure her special day is just that. I've even given honest to God, my brain is in the gutter. I read that as Kupka Cup's porn. It's Kupka Cup's pom. I know it is. Oh, good lord. Right, let's start that sentence again. I've even given Kupka Cup's pom a vigorous pat. I hear tell that one touch is enough to bring a couple happiness for all their years to come. Let's hope so. Ugh. You did well to bring these all this way out here without a scratch on them. You know. I'd begun to worry that by the time I received them, the poor things would be nothing more than scuffed, dented rocks. You've got a bright future ahead of you in the postal service, friend. Thank you. You're welcome. Now, this is odd. There's a flutter in my chest, a tickle in my stomach, Kupo. Have I taken ill? Or do compliments and words of gratitude always elicit this sort of response? Trust me when I say you are not ill, Putty. That flutter you feel, those ticklish sensations you described, that is fondness, a form of love indeed, and it was made manifest by that man's appreciation for what you provided. Oh, so this love nonsense. Why, it isn't nonsense at all, is it? It's quite wonderful, actually. I liken it to that feeling when my bird and I settled down for an afternoon nap in the Twelves Wood. I took myself under his wing and were warmed by the sunlight breaking through the trees. Oh, perhaps you haven't mastered the concepts entirely, but I do believe we're making strides in the right direction. You certainly seem more attuned to the ways of the heart than when we first made your acquaintance at any rate. Now that all three parcels have reached the right hands, let us return to Miketo's amphitheatre. No doubt Cup is anxious to know how Pukti fared. Okay then. So I don't know how long this event is in terms of how long it takes to finish, but the Christmassy one wasn't very long at all, to be honest. We're back! Oop. Here they are, our agents of affection, our heralds of the heart. Returned at last, and not before time, Kupo. Tell me, how went your deliveries? Splendid, each and every one. The recipients were all thrilled to receive their parcels, and I'm pleased to say that Pukti Pico learned something along the way. Yes, I do believe I did. Love is, well, it's quite a bit more complicated than I first imagined it to be. There are hidden depths to it, ones I didn't see before. I may not be an expert on the subject yet, but I would like to think my ignorance is not quite as dire as it once was. You're making progress, certainly. I'm glad of it. And just so long as you did not offend anyone, I could not ask for more. Anywho, I'm indebted to you, Astrid, Geico. You've spared at least 3 citizens of the realm from potential cruelty, however unintended it may have been. No, I'm being too harsh. Pukti, you've shown a true concerted effort to understand the labyrinthian complexities of the heart. And as a reward, I'm inclined to set you another task. For in truth, your work is not yet finished. Much more is there to be done this Valentione's Day, Kupo. When you've the time, speak with me again, and I shall tell you about it. All about it. Okay, let's find out. Oh, we can get chocobo clothes. Yeah! Ah, there you are. And not a moment too soon. Your unwavering devotion to the ways of ardour and affection, love and romance, courtship and intimacy is both commendable and deeply appreciated. So, to the task of which I spoke. It involves a woman by the name of Alois, who only just posted a parcel with no small amount of urgency. However, she then returned, begging us to call off its delivery, a highly unusual request, and her eyes, twin pools of sorrow, Kupo. She fled straight away, ere I could even get my bearings, let alone ask what troubles her so. Will you help me seek her out? Certainly will. You are too kind. Sorry, just having a drink. Now, as for this young woman, she is an Elizan of great beauty, and thus should not be an easy one to overlook. Last I saw of her, she just made a sharp left at the fork in the road, unless my eyes deceive me. To the left, you say? That way lies the Great Loam That way lies the Great Loam Growery, if I'm not mistaken. I will accompany you there, Geico, Pukti Pico, you two will look near Norfika's altar. Should you come upon her before we do, come find us at the Growery. Okay. Just stop making me saying combinations of words that make my mouth go all over the place. Please, for the love of God. Where are we going? We're going there. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what's happening. Yeah, so we're playing Minecraft again. One of my friends bought a server. I think I might have already talked about this in the Lands of Law video that I did a few days ago. So, yeah. Put briefly, we're playing Minecraft again. Who, me? Yes, I'm Alois. Why do you ask? Kupka Cup wants to see me, you say? But whatever for? He's beside himself with worry, Kupo. He told us you turned tail and darted off looking dreadfully stricken. Downright morose. You can understand his concern, surely. I see. I owe him an apology for worrying him, as I have. And an explanation for my frantic flight as well. Kupka's still mad at me, Keto's amphi... What? Why did I say still mad? Oh my god, I'm seeing things. Kupka's still at me, Keto's amphitheatre, correct? I'll go to him at once. I'm reading words that aren't even there. Actually, never mind, she's already gone. I suppose I shall go and fetch him then, shall I? Meet us at the amphitheatre, Geico. Do hurry. We wouldn't want her dashing off again. Okay. I wonder what other rewards we get from doing this. Can't just be the barding. Right, Bert. That's a nice waistcoat you've got. I like your pocket watch thing. Very cool. Okay. First, let me start by saying how grateful I am that you would think to come and check on me. The truth of the matter is, I have received an offer of marriage. I meant to accept, which is why I came to you initially, Kupka, to see that my reply would be delivered safely. However, as I was writing to tell him yes, I found myself hesitating more than I ought to have been. I began to wonder if I was making a terrible decision, not only for me, but for him as well. The man who seeks my hand is of Ishgardian nobility and goes by the name Ezolmeal. That's a terrible name. At the moment he's quite ill and is seeking treatment here in Gridania. Do not misunderstand me. I was overjoyed to hear of his devotion. A life spent with him would be a wonderful thing. But I'm no noble. I'm of the most common stock, no more special than a weed underfoot. Aw, don't beat yourself up like that. I wasn't raised with the aristocratic manners a future wife of his requires. Who am I to marry into nobility? I must destroy my previous missive and pen a new letter, one telling him I can't go through with it. But that one I'll hand deliver. I won't have an emissary of love delivering such ill tidings. Oh, this is tragic. Now, I don't pretend to be an expert in the ways of the heart, but isn't love the desire to be with somebody forever and on? The desire for a trusted partner in this world, someone with whom you can share your joys and your woes. If you care for him, be with him. Wouldn't it upset you to do anything but? It certainly seems to have. I may not have much experience with this, but I know that were I and my chocobo to be separated, I wouldn't like it, not one bit. I don't believe giving up is the solution, Kupo. Verily, I myself am of Ishgardian nobility, and can thus speak from a place of authority. Each of our houses has its own traditions. It is our titles that connect us, but not our principles. Before making your decision, seek the counsel of your beloved and learn what his family values. I could not agree more. After all, it is doubts you harbour, not a lack of affection. If you believe his heart to be yours entire, then trust that he will listen to your troubles, and that you and he can solve them together. Why not send one more letter to explain what it is that vexes you? Yes, I see your point. It's unfair of me to hide my feelings like this. He's owed my honesty, but how does one even write such a letter? I wouldn't know where to begin. Perhaps you should explain your apprehension about fulfilling your duties as a wife to a man of a great house. Make it clear that should you decide to join his social milieu, you will require time to study, learn, and train before you're comfortable. A word of warning though, to compromise the very woman you are in order to bend to the rigours of nobility may leave you jaded, haggard, and altogether infuriated. Thus I suggest you first inquire as to whether his family is capable of accepting you as you are. Why not simply write down all your worries? I don't fancy myself a poet of passions, or what have you, but there's something to be said for getting everything out in the open. All of these ideas have a great deal of merit, and each should be given due consideration. Geico, what say you? Which of these notions has struck a chord with you? Ask for help adapting. Make clear you won't compromise. Tell them exactly what concerns you. Well, I don't think you should necessarily say, how do I fit into your life? And on a similar tack, I don't think you should compromise who you are. So, yeah, tell him what concerns you. Thank you for your insight, everyone. I believe I know what I must do now. Then let us fetch your parchment, quill, and ink. Fortunate that you have us, you know, for we emissaries are never far from instruments of the post. Why, I shall even provide you with Valentione's Day themed stationery. Can I have some as well? Dear beloved, I don't know if we should get married, so I'm worried. Lots of love, me. There, it's done. Now all that's left is for him to read it. My darling is likely in the gentry's ward. I know he enjoys sitting in solitude on a bench not far from the gates. He'll be there, like as not. It's not thingamajig, is it? I think I know who her... No, it's not. Then that's where we shall try first. We'll be back with his response as soon as we're able. Tally ho, bird. Love's work awaits. Where? The guy I was thinking it might be is the chap who gives us the quest for Hawk's Manor. Or Hawk's Manor, whatever it is. Oh dear, I'm so fidgety, I just can't sit still for nerves. No, I can't take this any longer. I refuse to stand idly by while my future is decided without me. That does it. I'm going to the gentry's ward this instant. Okay. Alois, you can't. And she's gone. Our duty as emissaries of love and affection demands we see that lovelorn lass through this trying time. I shall meet you at the gates of the gentry's ward. Oh. So bunged up. So very bunged up. That way. I think it is, you know. I think it is. Could it be? No, I don't think it is. It is! I knew it was! It's Ursundel. Oh, no, it's not. It's that guy. She did actually say his name. I'd completely forgotten because it's stupid. I'm sorry to have run off again like that, but I just couldn't wait around twiddling my thumbs another moment more. There he is. Look at him, moping about. We have for you a letter from one Ms. Alois herself, Kupo. A missive from my love. Thank you kindly, Post Moogles. What does he think of that? Should give him something to think about. Perhaps it's not my place, but if I may. Alois thinks a great deal of you. We watched her as she wrote that letter you now hold, and we could see plain as day how much she cares for you. If there's love to be found in this world, it's there, in every word she's put to that page. The heart and its intricacies aren't my forte, I admit. But if you've even half as much affection for her as she has for you, then what you two share is something wondrous. I only hope that you can both weather whatever troubles come your way. The heart isn't my forte indeed. One who claims such a thing, you show remarkable perspicacity? I've never used that word in my life. In the matter. You're quite changed from the Moogle I once knew. Colour me impressed, Kupo. You are good to concern yourselves over my and Alois's affairs. Your kindness does you a good deal of credit. She's over there. I shall pen my response this instant. Can I trust that you will deliver it straight to her once I've finished? We serve at your pleasure. Your trust is not misplaced in us, good sir. Did you hear that? He's going to reply. We should return to Miketo's amphitheatre at once. I don't want to be here when he sends our post-Moogle friends all the way back there. Yes, it would be rather awkward were his letter to have no recipient. Let's explain the situation to Lisette and wait for Pukti and Kupka's delivery. And back we go. What do you think about all this puff of darkness? I bet you don't have to worry about Valentine's Day or Valentione's Day and affection, and you're just a puff of darkness. Yeah. Rodrigold. What was that noise? That's great, kid. Whoa. I knew what you were going for. I knew what you were going for. Right, we're back. Our eminent emissary of adoration and affection is with us once more. And now that we're assembled, we've only to wait for the custodians of Ezalmiel's reply. There's one too many L. I feel sick to my stomach. What if I've angered him? What if he calls off the whole engagement? I don't think he will. Because that would be a really depressing end to this questline. We have returned, and with your beloved's painstakingly penned post in paw. Stop with the alliteration, Final Fantasy. I can't take it. Well, that looked positive. Bukti Pico, I was drawn to your advice in particular. I wrote down all my worries, concerns and questions in a clear and concise fashion, and he responded with, well, some confusion, it seems. Although now at least he's aware of what troubles me, and for that he says he's grateful. He's very sweet here, you see. He tells me that together we will go down this list of mine and solve one problem at a time. Where we live and how will be up to us to decide, not his family. I have come to ensure my letter has reached you, and to see if you have yet read it. After all, you did the same for me. It would be unkind not to return the favour, no? And then he trips up. Oh God, how embarrassing. You caught me spying on you, didn't you? You're embarrassed? For what, pray? I found it endearing, my darling. Ah, these companions of yours. Did they assist you in your writing to me? Then we are in your debt. Alois, my love, what say you to tea at the Carline Canopy? There we shall discuss our future. A conversation which is long overdue, I should think. Thank you, my friends. Where would I be without your help? And I promise yours will be the first invitations we post once we've settled on a day. Oh, this is adorable. Goodness gracious me. Do mine eyes deceive me, Pukti Pico? Your pom. Hey! Why, it's adopted the very shape of the season. And it's lovely beyond compare, Kupo. And 'tis much of a muchness with mine. Or so I flatter myself to think. Can't rightly explain it. Seeing those two together brought a flutter to my chest, a spring to my wings, and the next thing I knew, my pom began to tingle in the most peculiar of ways. Keep that to yourself, please, mate. It's just such a marvellous thing to know that we were at hand, but we had a hand in ushering Ezolniel and Alois' story into its next chapter. And to think, it was all performed strictly through the art of the post. Affectionate missives are more than just the silly folderol I assume them to be. I see now that they show what's in our hearts like nothing else can, and we emissaries are their trusted custodians. That we are, Pukti. Only do remember that letters require more than just love. They're also in need of names and addresses. Speaking of names, perhaps you might bestow one upon a certain chocobo. Think of it as a show of not only kindness, but of love too. A show of love, you say? I suppose you're right. I was never able to recall the names given by my Moogle acquaintances, but I bet I could arrive at something that actually sticks. I will give it some thought and make sure I've done this bird justice. Quack quack. And with that, bird bites his head off. My once foolish fledgling has wings of her own at last. How proud I am to see you soar. You're a credit to the emissaries of ardour and affection with your heart-shaped pom. It's my most sincere honour to have you among our ranks, and I pray that you will continue this most revered work. I would love nothing more, Kupo. What joy to be blessed with so many couriers, and in this season of sublimity, no less. Sublimity, no less. Sublimity? Yeah. It is heartening indeed to watch our numbers grow and grow. But with so many, we can ensure that ardour and affection accompany all the fair creatures of this realm, where'er their journeys take them. Hooray! We did it! We brought love to Final Fantasy XIV. Seasonal event complete. Now, I wonder what honorificability something. Oopsie Pico. Prismatic heart. Oh. Let's do that, because I want those two things. I knew you'd come. You've a marvellously convenient talent for appearing when we're in need, don't you? Anywho, troubles afoot. Word has spread of our previous endeavours, which under normal circumstances would be cause for celebration, but not so today. We've been inundated with letters from across the realm, entreating our aid with all manner of vexations. Our fellows have left me here alone to field these pleas, but I can't see to all of this by myself. Please, won't you assist me in bringing succour to the hearts of the weary? I've made a tidy little list of those who have written to us. No need to see their troubles in any particular order. See to their troubles in any particular order, mind you. Just try not to let a request slip through the cracks, yes? Yes. So, the Emissary of Penned Passions, the Nameless Adventurer, the Winsome Pajal, the One Who Dreams of the Wider World. Second thought, perhaps not. Let's go for the Nameless Adventurer. Hi. We of the Adventurers Guild seek to post a letter to our guildmaster, Mother Mioun. Okay. Though we're yet an untrained and unblooded passel of adventurers, it still grieves us tremendously to admit that we sought her aid in a task we bungled not several nights gone. We fear this blunder of ours will lower us in her estimation so abominably that we may never work again. We are determined to set this all to rights, but the question is how. What words will move Mother Mioun so that she will not see us as the lumbering dolts who stepped in it? Okay. That is a pickle. Count yourself lucky though, for you're in the presence of a renowned adventurer, one who most assuredly understands the problems you face. So, Geico, what advice can you impart to our flustered friends? Show contrition and gratitude in equal measure. Or tell her that barring this gaffe, you're sensational adventurers. Show contrition and gratitude in equal measure. I'm guessing that was the right decision. I wonder if there's a wrong decision. And what would convince this Mother Mioun to provide them with more work? That failure is a novice's best learning tool? That you would do anything to make up for your previous mishap? No. That failure is a novice's best learning tool. Again, I guess that means that's the right answer. Here, 'tis writ at last. Then I shall see to its safe and expedient delivery. I wonder, can we just do all of this from this location, or do we actually have to go and... Oh, cool. Pardon my tardiness. Mioun was kind enough to set out tea for me, and I could hardly refuse such an offer. It warmed my heart to see such munificence. And now that I reflect on it, such hospitality too is one form of love, isn't it? But I digress. What does Mioun write? Your terrible never come back. What a relief it is to read this. She has seen how steadfast our convictions to the guild are. By hook or by crook, we shall not disappoint her. I, for one, am afire with determination. Your advice has rung true indeed. Thank you for your wisdom. We shan't forget it. Okay. That was fun. Let's do another one. Your assistance has proven positively indispensable, Geico. If you, the time and inclination do come by again, there's always more to be done, after all. Okay, let's do another one. Back again, I see. The heavy-hearted of the realm will rest easy knowing that you're on the case. Now then, which of these distraught Eorzeans will you assist this time? Let's have a look. So we did the Nameless Adventurer. Let's do the One Who Dreams of the Wider World. Hello, small child. Greetings, sir. My name's Elin. It's an honour to meet one such as yourself, for you see, I've dreams of becoming an adventurer too. Oh, to think of all that you've seen, all the lands you've walked, how incredible. Yes, and all the times that I've had to fight awful creatures. Trust me, kid, you don't want to do this. But as for why I'm here today, well, I want to write a letter to Kup to thank him for his support. Whenever I feel low, like I want to give up on my dream of seeing the world, Kupka is there for me to lift my spirits. Well, that's nice. A message for Kupka, hmm? So, Geico, how do you think she should start it? Thank him for all his encouragement. Urge him to take time for himself during this busy season. Thank him for his encouragement. That's what you said you wanted to do, is it not? And then how should she finish the letter? remind him not to overwork himself, or support him in his endeavours as he supports you in yours. Yeah, mutual support. That's what it's about. And that'll be a good first task as an adventurer. Consider this your noob quests. I've taken your words to heart. I only hope this letter is enough to show Kupka how much he means to me. I'll make sure it reaches the right hands, or paws rather. Let's see what the response is. They're back. If only you could have seen the look on Kupka's face when I told him who had written him. He couldn't stop twirling through the air. It was adorable. But don't tell him I said that. He was so touched he managed to find time between his many deliveries to craft a reply, which I have here. Hopefully it's a good one. He really was happy to receive my letter, wasn't he? He tells me he can feel my gratitude and love for him in every word I wrote. As wonderful as it is to talk with him in person, correspondence like this can be rather fun too. I'm more motivated than ever to continue my training now. Thank you so much for the advice on my letter, Geico. Thank you, Pukti Pico, for delivering it to Kupka. Another satisfied customer. Your assistance has proven positively indispensable. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's do another one. Back again, I see. The heavy-hearted of the realm will rest easy knowing that you're on the case. Yep, we've had that one before. Excuse me. The Winsome Pajal. Hi. Fancy seeing you here, and fancier still that you are the one to assist me. My conundrum is that, as ever, my brother and I are concerned for Can E's well-being. We thought to write her, but I know not what to say, and our rune has lifted not a digit to help. I'll go and kick his ass. I would ask her to be mindful of her health, but does that not sound rather fussy? Even more so when couched in dearest sisters and formal prose. Though I suppose Canny is both formal and fussy herself. What's more, I haven't much practice in the ways of penning properly worded missives. My sister is, as I mentioned, a touch on the fussy side, and holds manners and decorum in high regard. Little doubt that she will read my words with a rather critical eye. Okay, so we need to make sure that it's of a formal tone. You speak of Canny Senna, the elder seed seer. She is revered among our kind. I think I will soon be delivering a letter to her. What an honour. But enough about me. We're here for Rhea or Senna. Geico, how do you think she should go about this? Show that you're serious by observing proper letter writing etiquette. No need to stand on ceremony. Be frank about your concern. No, I think you should do that one. That seemed to go down well. Very well. Who should we say this letter is from? Rhea or Senna may be the one composing it, but it was both her and her brother who meant to ask after her well-being. What are your thoughts? It should be from the person who wrote it. It should be from both her and her brother. Interesting. Both. I'm not 100% on that choice, but it did seem to get me a twirling Moogle, so there, I finished. Might I entrust its delivery to you? Why, of course, and away I go, Kupo. Let's see. The elder seed seer is a wonderful woman, as many have said. She saw how nervous I was and put me at ease immediately. Your sister is lovely indeed. I'm glad to hear it. Let's see how she replies. She applauds me for the maturity I show in writing her and says that as an older sister, she could not be more proud. What a curious response. I ask her to watch her health and she commends me on my maturity. Strange as this answer is, it seems our words of worry have gotten through to her, thankfully. Though I was initially reluctant, I'm glad we wrote her. My heart is lighter knowing she is well. Your assistance in these family matters is much appreciated. Hooray! We did it again, team. Team love to the rescue. And I think we've got one final one to do. And that final one is the Emissary of Penned Passions. Hi. You would see to what plagues my heart. You are far too goodly, Geico. I confess that Aloysius' joyful union touched me in a way most unexpected. It sparkled within me jealousy of all things. For in her happiness I saw reflected my own desires. Yes, 'tis true. I am here to speak of my own beloved. The man with whom I wish to spend all my days and nights. The very gentleman to whom I am betrothed. One Sir Hortfence. The festivities have run us both off our feet, leaving us not a spare moment to while away together as we once did. It vexes me terribly, yet I cannot speak of it to him. I would flush like a schoolgirl and tie my tongue into knots. Instead, I mean to pour my woes onto parchment. Oh, this explains a great deal. At first I couldn't understand what was upsetting you so, but now it's all clear as crystal to me. Ugh. Sorry, that's disgusting. Right then, on to this letter. First, what style should you write it in? I would say keep it simple and straightforward. And how should she word her vexations? Be coy about them, forthrightly. Let's not dally about the bush. You need to make your intentions and your emotions clear. There, 'tis done. For better or worse, the missive is penned. And all that remains is its delivery, which I will attend to right away. Goodness me, no sooner had Sir Hortfence read your letter than he made a beeline for the nearest door to race to your side. Lisette. It was all I could do to keep him from stampeding through the streets. A small miracle he had the presence of mind to even hold a pen. It says he's been fretting over the same things as I have. In which case, why not come to me sooner? Honestly. He also writes that we shall sit down for a proper meal once Valentione's day has come and gone. So I suppose there's no sense in holding it over his head, although I ought to. Well, that settles my affairs, I should say. My deepest, most sincere gratitude for your help, Geico. You've conducted yourself with the diligence and sagacity befitting an emissary of affection. Now go forth and bestow your romantic wisdom upon those in need. No, I'm done being romantic now. It's actually quite a sad, lonely task. Your assistant's better there. Right, that's all of them, I think. Let's have a look. Just going to double check. Emissary, Pen Passions we've done. Nameless Adventurer done. Winsome Pajal, the one who dreams of the wider world. Second thought, perhaps not. Okay. Well, there's one other thing to do. Let's use that. Oh, got a couple of cards there. Oh, can't use them. What did that do? Oh. Does it have... Oh, right, okay, it disappears after a while. Baxterion on. Oh, we can't summon him inside the town. Let's go back to Mordonna. Actually, not. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Hello. Wow, yeah, I'll buy that. Dangling decorations crafted into various heart shapes, though none of them are anatomically accurate. Buy hearts as well. Good evening to you, adventurer. May the flowers of love ever blossom in your heart. What is Valentine's Day? It's a time of celebration when we honour the life of Countess Arabelle de Valentione, a high lady of Ishgard who struck out against her life of cosseted detachment and risked all in pursuit of a pure and all-consuming love. Excuse me. In the years after the Countess's passing, a tradition became established among the Ishgardian populace. Every year at this time, they would strive to emulate her passion and her bravery, by plucking up their own courage and bestowing a token of love upon the object of their affections. What's with all the hearts? We are the proudish guardian house of Valentione. Oh, we of the proudish guardian house of Valentione spread ourselves across the Eorzea this day, in the hope that we may give budding sweethearts the courage to take their first steps together. Hearts across this fair realm torment themselves with unspoken ardours, and thus we have crafted events to inspire even the shyest of souls to confess their hidden feelings. Cool. Is this another vendor? Hi. We're closed, come back later. But every day could be a festival. Okay, I think that's everything then. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna check out Baxterionemon's new get-up. Well, that was a lovely little diversion from the main story. I think whenever there's an event like that, it probably is worthwhile recording it. Right, friend, we've got new clothes for you. Companion. Appearance. Excuse me. Wow. Yeah. Wow, you look incredible. That's really cool. He's got a little love heart on his bridal thing. Well, I'm exceptionally happy with the results of that. That is everything for this Valentine's Day special episode. I hope everybody is feeling loved up and happy and everything. Yeah. That's it. Thanks. Bye.